Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Diana.
I'm Julia.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Nellie.
I'm Carnita.
And today we're going to be talking about the Philistines.
In the video, you're gonna see a bunch of students go through their day.
But it's not an ordinary day, it's Philistine Day.
You will see that students go through their classes during the day.
We hope you learned as much as we did and enjoy the video.
Action.
Go sit down.
So before we start class today, the principal's going to come and give us a quick message.
Hello, students. Today is a very special day. We are going to be learning about the great culture of the Philistines in all of our classes.
Thank you, Principal.
Have a nice day.
Okay, let's get started. So, the Philistines are referred to as the descendants of the Chaldeans. They are non-Semitic people who left Crete and arrived in Canaan at the beginning of the 12th century. They inhabited the Mediterranean coast of Canaan during the period of the Book of Judges. The Philistines founded some principalities.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are principalities?
They are states ruled by a prince, so they formed 5 of them.
Cool.
Gaza, Ashkelon, Ashdod, Akron, and Gath. So now we're going to talk about the soldiers. They wore breastplates and short kilts. Yeah.
What kind of weapons did they use?
They carried small shields and fought with straight swords and spears. Now we're going to have a special speaker on the Philistines.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Shu. I'm gonna talk about their prominent role today. They have their prominent roles at the threat of the Israelites' existence, and I have some examples for them. First of all, they often got into wars with the Israelites. They have superiority in military organization and hard wars. So they have very advanced weapons, and they use them to capture the Ark of Covenant, the most sacred Israelite symbols. Second, they have difference in infantries. So for Philistines, they have special equipment for the soldiers. They have a waistband with long sleeves, and over it they fit armor. They also wear protective helmet. So with their weapons and ambitions, they become a military strong nation, and that can threat the Israelites. Third, they have a better society with distinctive culture and famous productions. So they have pottery industry and they have herdings. That's another reason for why they can threat the Israelites. So that's all. Any questions?
Who is Goliath?
He's a very famous Philistine warrior, and he fight David.
Thank you, Dr. Shu.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, that's all, kids.
Thank you.
What?
Quiet down. Okay, so today we're going to be learning and making pottery inspired by the Philistines. Did anyone do their homework? Because that had a little bit to do with what we're doing today.
Not tell my mom.
Boom!
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Good. You guys should all learn from Carnita. Be prepared. So, let's start with today's lesson. Philistine pottery was painted and even had designs, while the Israelites' pottery was rough and unpainted.
Designs like these?
Exactly. So, excavations have found pottery that had red and black colors. So can anyone guess what designs that were on there, like animals? Julia?
Was it birds and fish?
Exactly. There was birds, fish, and geometric patterns. Okay, so are you guys ready to try it out for yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, I think the Philistines are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, their story's so amazing.
What do you guys have so far?
I'm painting my pot red and black because those are the colors that the Philistines used in their pottery.
Good use of your knowledge, Julia.
Mine has geometric designs, just like the Philistines.
I like it.
I'm painting mine with fish because that's how the Philistines painted their pots.
Awesome. Great job, class.
Yeah, thanks.
I've got a pot.
I've got a pot.
I think I did the wrong thing.
Is this okay?
Perfect, Julia. Maybe you guys should take some lessons from Julia. Okay, so going on with the class. Okay, guys, hand in your pot so I can display them around the school for Philistine Day.
Awesome.
Thank you, Julia. Carnita. Thank you. Sarah. Thank you. Okay, so how has your Philistine Day been?
Pretty good.
Are you guys excited for your play?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's gonna be great.
You guys are going to do awesome, I'm sure.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
So to conclude the class, we're going to learn a little bit about their archaeological skills. They were very skilled and could build huge cities. They would put a border around it and... Okay, well, we'll talk about this later. Have a good day, kids.
Thank you.
Wow, that class was really cool. Philistines were amazing.
Yeah, I love them. I can't wait to learn more. All right. Let's take our seats now. 1, 2. Where's Carnita? Where's Carnita?
Class right now.
Carnita, you're late. And second, red zone. Give me your phone.
Sorry.
Thank
about
you.
it.
Have a seat. You're making the class late. All right. Everyone take out your Bibles, but it looks like you're not prepared. So, you guys are going to have to share.
Sorry.
Okay. How many people in here have heard of the Philistines?
Oh.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about the Philistines and their roles in the Bible.
Did they fight the French?
Not quite.
Oh.
Yes, Diana?
It wasn't French. Is it British?
Okay. Does anyone have an educated guess? Yes, Rachel.
They fought the Israelites, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Great job. Okay, so let's get more into detail. So the Philistines had an advancement of weapons, as you should have learned in your past classes. So it was mainly small shields, swords, and spears. Israelites felt threatened by the Philistines, basically during the battles because of the weapons. So next, the Lord promised land to the Philistines in Israel, which formed most of the conflicts and issues. So basically they worshipped more than one god. They actually worshipped, these are the main three. So we have Dagon and Astarte, but Dagon was the main god they worshipped. The root DG can lead to the meaning of god of fish or god of grain. So the Philistines worshipped Dagon in temples located in Gaza, Ashdod, and Bethshan. The worship ritual held by the Philistines was very distinct to other worship rituals. After a while, gods of the Philistines became more like the ones of the Canaanites. So, does anyone have any questions? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Alright, game day.
Yay.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the game where I'm going to call out a word and you're going to point to a picture of it. And to win the round, you have to give a short explanation about it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's start. First one, Canaan. Good job, Julia. What's your explanation?
Canaan is the land where the Philistines moved to after they left the island of Crete.
Exactly. Okay, next round. Philistine pottery. Okay, Rachel.
Philistine pottery is often painted red or black, and it is often decorated with birds or fish.
Exactly. Okay, next. Ruins of a wine press.
The Philistines were well known for their production and consumption of alcoholic beverages. They built wine presses where they could manufacture their wine.
Awesome. Okay, last one. Dagon.
Dagon is the god of either fish or grain. It is unknown which one.
Perfect. Okay, that concludes our game.
In this class, we are going to be talking about where the Philistines came from. Do any of you know where they came from? Yep.
Let's see.
Close. They're part of the Sea Peoples, but does anyone know they came from the island of Kaftor?
Wait, weren't they from Crete?
Yes, you are right as well. Kaftor is the Hebrew name for Crete.
Wait,
Yeah.
where is Crete?
It's an island in the Mediterranean, and it's now part of modern-day Greece. Good question. Both the books of Amos and Jeremiah in the Bible verify that the Philistines came from Crete. They became known as the Philistines when they settled there and tried to conquer Egypt, but were fought against by Ramses III, who was Egyptian pharaoh at the time. They left Egypt, and does anyone know where they traveled to from there?
Didn't they move to Canaan?
They did. They traveled to Canaan and left a path of destruction along the coast. They made themselves known by conquering many lands among the coast, and this important stretch of land was called the Way of the Sea and had usually been controlled by Egyptian forces. This newly conquered territory extended over 1,000 square kilometers, and they gave the Philistines great power. With this power, they became well known. The lands that they expanded to from Canaan included north, east, and southeast. They established 5 cities, which you already learned about in a previous class. Once they settled in Canaan, they began to create unique pottery and highly developed weapons, which you also learned about. They started as a small group within the Sea Peoples and made themselves known. Once they settled in Canaan, their culture began to flourish, and they started to distinguish themselves among the other civilizations near the Philistines. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, class. How have you been enjoying Philistine Day so far?
Good.
It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions about it so far? Carnita?
Can I have my phone back?
No, because now we're going to learn about what happened to the Philistines, and it's actually very interesting. Does anybody have any idea what happened to them? Rachel?
Did they die in a plague?
No.
Oh,
Nellie?
did they get trampled by elephants?
No. Does anybody else have any ideas? Diana?
Did they all drown?
No, you know what? I'll just tell you. So, in the 10th century, the Philistines were conquered by the Egyptians, so they were under the Egyptian control. But soon, the Neo-Assyrians took the Philistines away from the Egyptians, and so they were under the Assyrian rule for a long time. They revolted occasionally, but they managed to live peacefully for a while, which is very good for them since they were a warlike people. After Assyria fell, the Philistines were stuck in between 2 great empires of the Egyptians and the Babylonians. So it wasn't long until they were conquered and ravaged by the second Babylonian king, Nebuchadnezzar. After they were conquered, the Philistines just ceased to exist as a separate people, and not much more is known about them. They just merged into their surrounding cultures. The only thing in the Bible about the Philistines after they were conquered is a prophecy from the prophet Zephaniah, stated that the Lord was angry, and it blamed the Philistines for his anger, and said that the word of the Lord was against them. The prophecy predicted that the land of the Philistines would be destroyed and that it would have no more inhabitants. That is the last that is known of the Philistines. Today, the word Philistine is used to describe a person who doesn't know a lot about culture or the arts. That is ironic because the Philistines were actually pretty advanced for their time. The land of the Philistines, which was Philistia, is today known as Palestine. That's all, class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, parents and faculty, to the play put on by your students, The Philistines, based on all of the wonderful knowledge they've gained after Philistine Day today.
Peaceful day in the land of Canaan until conflict arose.
Let's go make some pottery.
Yeah, let's go.
I sure hope no Israelite tries to attack us.
Hey! Stay away!
Fight! It's an Israelite Philistine fight!
Thank you! If you enjoyed our school production, The Philistines, please exit to the left and enjoy our refreshments. Now get back to class.
So before we end our day, we're going to have the principal come in and give us a message.
Hi kids, how was your Philistine Day?
Good.
Okay, we can be more enthusiastic.
Good.
Awesome! Did you learn anything new today?
Yeah.
Can everybody tell me one thing that they learned about the Philistines during Philistine Day? Rachel.
I learned that they fought against the Israelites for land and were a very warlike people with advanced weapons.
That's awesome. Nellie.
Well, I always thought that the Philistines were barbarians, but I learned that they were actually very sophisticated and highly cultured.
That's good. Sarah?
I learned that the Philistines were renowned for production and consumption of alcoholic beverages and had spirits industry.
Awesome. Diana?
I've learned that they had their pottery and it is highly educated and colorful. They have animal and geometric decoration on it.
That's awesome. I hope you all had a happy Philistine Day.
That's a wrap.
Whoa! Like now!
Simmer down, children. Simmer down. Why am I saying simmer down? It's a terrible thing to say.
No, just skip my part.
What was your
Homework.
Oh.
And I don't have my paper. Your plate.
That was good, guys.
Life. Oh my gosh.
Like, oh.
Totally.
All you want to be is...
Oh.
No, that's what you say.
No,